Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. It's really good to have you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's good to have you back. I do apologise if you can hear my fan going off in the background. It's just so hot today. If I don't have it on, I will melt into a puddle. So I apologise if it's distracting. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments and your subscribes. Thank you to those of you who have been giving to the GoFundMe that I have down below, which is for Loku's Dog and Cat Care Rescue, which is based in the east coast of Sri Lanka. It is run by a lovely, lovely, lovely soul called Connie Horchin. She has spent her entire life savings setting up this animal shelter. It is for street dogs and street cats. Anyone that would like to be part of this, please have a look at the links down below. There is one for her Facebook group. Facebook page, excuse me, one for the actual website for the charity and one for the GoFundMe. If you would like to just share it with other people, that would be amazing. Please know that my readings, both personal and those that you see here on YouTube, are for entertainment purposes only. I have to state that. Anything that comes up in the areas of law, finance, mental health or physical health, I am not qualified in that, and I don't state that I am. Ensure that if it really is confirmation and clarity for you by watching this video, that you do reach out and gain advice and guidance from those who are qualified to give you that. Know that if I pick up on pronouns, I'm just picking up on energies. We hold both masculine and feminine energies, and it's also what I see in the cards. So if you wish to set a gender, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to, okay? Just don't make it fit if it does not. I noticed when I was setting up this reading that I had to, all of my matches would not light for this candle. My sister gave it to me. It has Reiki infused into it for the sacral chakra, and I found that very interesting. And now this doesn't want to light either. My incense didn't want to light either. I don't know if somebody has a creative block of some sort, or they feel like they have a creative block. You know, when you just feel a little bit stuck. Could be writer's block. And I heard a poet. You are being told to hold on because inspiration will come. I don't know if this is what this is to, this may be the reading, something to do with your inspiration or someone finding you inspiring. Let's find out. Should I go here? No. Okay. Where's the rest of you? I put you down and now I can't find you. I feel like I'm missing part of this deck. I am. How interesting. Alright, so someone is missing maybe the entire perspective or the entire story on something. So I don't know if somebody has made assumptions on something and they're investing, look, they're investing in old energy. Someone here is investing in old energy. Ace of Pentacles is about investments. And then you have the Six of Cups, which is about old memories. You know, going down the nostalgia lane, memory lane of some sort. Put them back. Yeah, someone here may be, especially the High Priestess coming out in reverse. This is, it's almost like, let's say you're a painter or you're a dancer, and usually, you know, new information or new ideas come to you very quickly, and all of a sudden, either you may have had a life change or you just have lost motivation in some way. We can sometimes be really hard on ourselves and be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm falling behind, everyone else is going to be better than me, or whatever that may be, and you're being told that, look, again, investing in old energy. Someone here is investing in old energy, and that's why you may feel like you are stuck, and if it's not you, it's someone that you know. Let me see. Let me put you down here, because I feel like you are going to go everywhere. But do you know what? Mushrooms are about growth, and I never used to like mushrooms. Like, I didn't even like eating them because of the texture. And I still don't like the texture. I have to cut them up really small. But I love the flavour. And I've become obsessed with just collecting loads of mushrooms. So I have lots of different like candles and things like mushrooms. I digress. There was something about, I have no idea why I put this on top of the mushroom. This is about growth. Unexpected growth happening where there may have been a block before. Now I know all my candles are going funky. It's because the fan's near. Let me pop that there. Okay. Oh, I nearly forgot. This is my bell for cleansing the space. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, please turn down your listen device now, okay? Please let me know if you can see me well enough, because I have got lighting on, but one of my lights went, and this one may go as well. And I like to make sure that you can actually see my lovely face. Let me know. Okay, so what's going on here with this creative block and past energy? Maybe past energy to do with some sort of injustice with a Libra, maybe. for someone here. 3 of Pentacles to Justice to the Wheel of Fortunes. Okay, this is some sort of injustice. But I'm getting like God's rejection is God's protection. And if you don't believe in God, then it could be, you know, rejection is the divine's protection. Something here was ended for a reason. Something was supposed to end because it wasn't helping you. It's to do with your creativity. Ah, this is interesting. So I don't know if this is you or someone around you. Every time there is a tower in someone's life is when they have the most growth in specific areas. So it could be, for example, that once you break up with a certain person, then your abundance and your finances get better. Once you, you know, remove that family member that is the vampire, or whatever that may be, then you become more creative. There is something about there being old energy, and if it's not actually a person or a physical thing or a tangible thing, it can be a wound that is creeping up, that is old energy, that is just bubbling under the surface, that someone's being asked to look at here, because this is about to be removed. But it's removed by you as well as the divine. It happens in tandem, and someone is going to be getting justice for something that was blocked from you. I heard through misfortune of some sort, through some sort of misfortune. The 3 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles is about collaborating with others, because it's usually depicted by one person up a little bit higher than the 2 others, and they have like a little hammer and mallet or something, and like a little, you know, they're chiseling away, and there's 2 people who have some sort of blueprint, and they're telling that person what they want done. This in reverse, this is maybe losing a job, losing some sort of connection. Then you have justice, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So it may be losing something that was actually supposed to be yours, legally was supposed to be yours, and it was taken in some way. And I don't know if this was taken because you were distracted with pain, or distracted with a wound, or distracted with going through life lessons, you know, or if this is more or less, it was taken because you weren't ready to receive it in some way, because there was still old energy in your life that couldn't come onto the timeline that you were on. And you've got the 10 of Cups, and you've got the 9 of Cups in reverse. So this is to do with relationships. This is definitely to do with relationships. The 9 of Cups is about satisfaction, you know, the cat that's got the cream. And with it in reverse, this is being unhappy with what you have. The 10 of Cups being in reverse is also an unhappy marriage, an unhappy relationship, an unhappy family. And we were talking about painting as well. For someone, it specifically is painting. And it doesn't have to be, but there's some sort of creative skill that was kind of like put on hold because of some sort of, look, you've got oppressive energy coming through. It was some sort of oppressive energy. And I don't mean, it can be that you had someone dictating what you were supposed to do in your life. It could be a dysfunctional relationship. It could, like I said, a family member. But this was all encompassing. This was taking over, being able to focus on the things that would have brought more joy into your life. And I heard now is the time that it stops. Now is the time that it stops. Let me just look, because look at this is about to just spill over the side of all of these cards. So I'm going to move this. Don't you do it. Ooh, this could be a trip. Someone could be moving. There could be a trip for someone coming up. Something that's like a creative collaboration. And this is set in stone in that whatever this opportunity is, we never miss opportunities that are for us. Okay, so we can have ones that are offered to us and we don't take them, and it just means that they kind of recycle themselves and they come back and are offered in slightly different ways depending on where we are in our healing journey. That's my opinion. So you never really lost that opportunity. It just wasn't the right time. There is this energy also of reminding you that things will not come in for you until you are ready for them to come in. And even if we are like desperate for more money or for better people in our lives, that comes down to something that we have to heal within ourselves, because then that lack isn't there anymore. It's always been my belief that the things that are lacking in our life, be that friendships, the relationship we want with our parents, that whatever that may be, it comes from also the fact that they are mirroring back to us wounds that we have within ourselves, because once we heal those, the things that irritated us or upset us will no longer present itself. So there's definitely something, yeah, look, you've got illusions coming through, illusions. It's all illusions. There is definitely something that is waiting to come through, but there is an encouragement here when it comes to creativity. I feel like someone needs to look outside of the box when it comes to what it is that they're creating, be it creating, solutions in a thinking outside of the box way. But I feel more this is to do with how you are expressing yourself, how you express yourself. I heard who you express yourself with. Who you express yourself with. And there's a need to don't be any under illusions that because something happened in the past, it's going to happen again. What we are seeking is seeking us. If you are seeking out the negative, then the negative will seek you. If you are seeking out the positive will seek you out. This is a home for someone. Someone's traveling. Why am I getting someone's traveling? Traveling where? The King of Wands is in reverse. Okay, so this is definitely a block of some sort. Four of Cups here, Princess of Swords. There is something that you're being asked to kind of look into, because there's something that is being put on hold almost, because you've got the King of Wands and you've got the King of Pentacles. There is an action that you need to take yourself when it comes to how you expand some sort of financial idea. You may have a business, or you may wish to build a business. You could be self-employed. The Four of Cups here is about this person only sees those Three of Cups, so they're already weeping, because the Three of Cups can be seen as celebrations, or they can be seen as a lack of, depending on which way it's up. This person is not seeing this cup up here, or they're rejecting what they see because they don't think that's what they want. So this could be, there's some sort of advice or some sort of angle when it comes to a creative block that you're being asked to take that isn't the usual. Repeating actions and expecting a different result is the first sign of madness, right? So there's a need to do something slightly different when it comes to creativity. Now, I don't know if this is to do with your work routine, for example, finding time to paint, finding time to sing, finding time to record that new song, finding time. Everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. So it's finding that time to center yourself and go, right, I'm going to spend 20 minutes doing this thing that, I really like doing. I heard that makes my heart sing. There's a need to. I'm also getting from this Four of Cups, this is something about assessing yourself, almost like the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Coins, which is taking time to, taking a pause, actually pausing and being present and reflecting on how far you've come. And it's almost that energy of when you come out of one relationship, we don't just jump straight into the next one, because you need to take that time to grieve for what you have lost. And not just, it could be a person, but it's losing that identity and moving into a new one, into a new timeline. But it's also to assess the things that went right in that relationship and the things that didn't, and taking accountability, right, where it's due. This is the same. There's something here that you're being asked to take accountability for. And I say that softly and gently, without any judgment whatsoever. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's a learning one as well, right? But the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles are in reverse. I don't know if someone has a stress here over the fact that because they're feeling not as creative as they usually are, there may be cash flow problems, or there may be a worry about not bringing in the same amount of finances as they were before. You're being asked to look at this, but to look at this with a really kind eye, and not to be shaming yourself or stressing yourself, because where energy goes, intention flows. And I know that's a very cliched kind of, cheesy thing to say, but it's true. If you are focusing on stressing over money, then you are telling the universe vibrationally that you only see limits, and that is what the universe will bring you. It will bring you more of what you feel you lack. There's a need to why am I getting Ho'oponopono? Someone may need to go and listen to Ho'oponopono, because it will take you out of worrying about the future or looking into the past, and be very present with yourself. This may be needed, because I'm also getting from this Four of Cups, this is also to do with meditation. Someone's not meditating enough, or somebody, again, you have to find the time. And I know that we can make the excuse of, but I've got so many other things to do. If you don't look after yourself, no one else will. No one else is going to take time to look after you. No one else is going to look after your body except for you. No one's going to look after your mental health but you. You have to find the time, because it's a form of self-love to care for yourself. And if you are running after your children, or after your partner, or you are working 3 jobs, you still need to find time to rest yourself. If you are the engine that makes everything go, you're going to burn out otherwise. There is really a need here for someone to pour into themselves. We do have here, and the thing is, when you do, and I've just looked at this candle down here and it's now spilling onto the table, the minute that you take time for yourself is when you are going to unblock something, or there's going to be like a light come on for you. Because this creative block, you have to think as well, and it's not even a block, it's almost like, why am I getting, when you see those videos where people are cleaning out like frozen pipes on the outside, or they've got algae, now you can see what I like to watch on YouTube, and they're cleaning it out, and then all of a sudden all the water goes from just not moving whatsoever to they're chipping it away, and then a little bit comes out, and then it just floodgates open. That's what's going to happen when you take time for yourself. Getting better sleep, eating better, because someone may eat on the go and you're being told to maybe do it on the weekend, cook and prepare for the week, and then put it in the freezer, take one out as you're going along. I'm not a nutritionist, but I know that that's worked for me in the past. The Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, is about studying. It's the student, it's someone who watches, takes notes. They may actually work better and absorb information better by writing down what it is that they're learning. But this is about accumulating information. This is very mercurial, you know, absorbing and processing information. But it's also about looking, watching, and taking notes. So this is about, I know I keep saying this is about, and I don't know why. The Ace of Cups. This is your cup running over. Okay, so someone here needs to take time to smell the roses and to give gratitude. And even if you only have 5 minutes in the morning, do a gratitude list. Even if you just say it with your eyes closed where you're still half asleep, what are you grateful for? You know, as small as, I'm grateful for the air that I breathe, I'm grateful for being alive, I'm grateful for having a roof over my head. Pick 3 things every morning and state them out, because this is going to change someone's vibrations, and it's going to make you more receptive to something that may have been hiding in someone's sacral chakra when it comes to creativity, but also when it comes to seed and your seed or your womb wounds. Is it father or mother? Father. This is a father line wound, and it's going to bring in so much balance. It's going to heal something here, because we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Queen and King, the Queen and King. Wow. So this is balancing out both divine feminine and divine masculine energies when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to birthing new ideas, when it comes to your womb health and your seed health. And I'm not talking physical, okay? I do believe in somatic release. I do think that we store certain emotions in our bodies that can turn into illnesses, but that's my belief. It is not a fact. I am not a doctor in any way, shape or form. If that's something that resonates with you, I do suggest that you search out those who are qualified as doctors, but also connect in and use alternative methods as well, you know. But I digress. This is how you bring in temperance. Someone needs to remove some sort of illusion that you're not good enough as well. There is some sort of illusion here that you are not good enough because of past hurts maybe, or past rejections to collaborate in some way. 9 of Pentacles to the King of Cups. So the 9 of Pentacles is about being independent, doing things by yourself, doing things and going, I made that, I did that, and not doing it in a way of, I'm going to have to do it by myself because no one will help me, just, I can do this. It's like when you see, sometimes it's depicted by, I've got it in this deck here, this red one here, the woman looking all bougie, wearing a lovely dress with a split down the leg, and she's there with all her platinum, you know, records behind her. 9 of Pentacles, she did that by herself. She built herself up. It being in reverse is about codependency, and then you have the King of Cups. So this is definitely a father wound. It's both father and mother, but it's more father wound. So you are being asked to look at a father wound that you may have when it comes to how you express emotions through art. It's not just about expressing emotions, it's expressing emotions through art, and through it's singing, dancing, painting, sculpting, whatever it is that you enjoy doing or that you are creating into a business. And if you're not creating into a business that you do on a side hobby that could become your passion's lead, this is something you're being asked to look at. Codependency when it comes to the father wound. So it could be your father, or it could be the masculine energy that goes through yourself, your father, your grandfather, and so on and so forth. Today I really had an urge to do an ancestor burn for my father line, and I didn't know why, because I usually do them on a Thursday, because Thursday is the day of Jupiter, so it's luck and abundance. And I really had a feeling of doing this, and I can see why now. So someone may want to do an ancestor burn, which is literally, here we go, I'll show you. These are just papers that you can get on eBay, you can get them on Amazon, and it's fake money. You are burning these up to your ancestors. You have to burn them with intent. Okay, I burn them on a Thursday. It's like a special ritual that I do, and you're not doing it for money for yourself. You're not doing it to unblock a creative whatever. You're doing this to remove some of the karmic debt that your ancestors may have had attached to them because of the things they had to go through, because of the trauma that they had to go through, and they still had to go on and move on. Think back to like the 1930s when we had like the massive depression and that type of trauma, and if you go back even further where some of our ancestors were slaves. It's that type of energy that we're trying to send love back to, and in doing so that trickles down the line and comes back to us anyway. There's a need here for and the thing is as well is everyone here, including myself, has a mother wound and a father wound. We all do, and that's irrespective of whether you have a mother or father, or you could have been raised by your grandparents, but we have both mother lines and father lines. Okay, there's a need here to really look into your masculine side of, do you over armor? I can do it by myself? There seems to be this as well, this I can do it by myself. There may also be, this is a block in Kundalini as well. This is like a block in your Kundalini arising, because the root chakra, all red, that's the place of stability, of safety, of identity. And the Kundalini, that energy, that chi energy, begins in the root and then snakes its way up, but it can't move past your sacral. It's in the root. I don't know if somebody here has been feeling like they've had too much energy, or they have to stop and start, whether you're working, whether it's you work out, is someone maybe working out a lot because they have a lot of energy, because it's not able to get past your sacral chakra. This is why you're being asked to look at this, because so far we have had the King of Wands come out in reverse, we've had the King of Pentacles, and we've had the King of Cups. We've had a lot of masculine energy coming through, and then we have the Sun here to strength, and then you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is looking at maybe this is also to do with like when you think of your actual father, or when you think of the person who cared for you, the masculine energy person that cared for you, a sense of either abandonment or feeling like for some it could be emotional abandonment. The person being there but not emotionally being there to support. I don't know if you were brought up by a parent, a father, or a male caregiver who was emotionally immature. And I don't say that with criticism. You've got to think that as the generations go back, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to support, when it comes to expressing emotions, especially for men, this is my opinion from what I've seen myself, there's a lot more restrictions, or there was a lot more restrictions on how men and boys were allowed to act, were allowed to express themselves, and that can encourage emotional immaturity, but that can happen with women as well. But there does seem to be, especially with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, this is like it's for the father wound, but there seems to be, I don't know, a pairing here between a lack of action and a lack of emotion, and there being codependency here. So I had the ragdoll theory, and I remember Till Swan had a video about the ragdoll theory, and she was saying that the ragdoll theory is when parents use you for being useful towards them in some way and then put you to the side. My daughter's so very, she's really good at doing this and this, or my daughter can do that all by herself. My son is fine. He'll be absolutely fine if he does it all by himself. And the reaction from that is that you have one child that wants constantly to be molded the way that the parent wants them to be, so that they are of use, so that they are valued. And then you have the other child that rebels against that and is like, well, no, I'm not doing that, because I am my own sense of self. I am, I have my authority. You have one child that's seen as a troublemaker, and you have the other child that is seen as, the suck up, but both get trauma because one of them, the rebellious one, feels like they are never wanted, and the one that's always going on mold feels like they don't want to get too close just in case they're put down and put to the side. So there seems to be maybe an encouragement for someone to have a look at the ragdoll theory and see if that resonates for you. And if it does, there's an encouragement here. I don't know why I'm getting like express it through art. Someone needs to express this through art, whether it is just journaling, whether it's singing, or something physical. Because there's I don't know, there's something here that needs to be brought to life when it comes to childhood. The sun is all about illumination. What's done in the dark comes to light, right? And you see this woman as well, or this person, they have their hands in the sign of, I'm going to have a look at mine as well, air. This is air. This is about communication. This is illuminating things that you want to communicate either to yourself or to others, but this is mainly communicating it to yourself, because when you have an understanding of where this is coming from, it's a lot easier to then put in measures for, if that is triggered, how you are able to recognize and say, okay, I see what's happening here. I validate and see that you are there, but I'm not going to let this have a hold over me. Okay. And the sun is usually depicted as a child on a horse with sunflowers around its growth, its youth. So this is about this is about childhood. You've got the Princess of Swords, you have the sun, and you have justice. This is about finding justice for yourself for things that were unjust when you were young. And I didn't expect it to be that deep, because you've got strength in reverse as well. And the strength card is is usually a lion, and lions are from the 5th house Leo, which is again to do with children and to do with creativity. There's a need to connect the two. And you also have the colours up here. You have the orange, and then you have the yellow, the sacral and the solar plexus. There's a need to do both. Interesting, because that was upside down. Yeah, there really is a need to be very gentle, and I think that's the reason that encouragement was coming through, to be very gentle with yourself as you go through this, because the mantra that I used myself when I was healing that portion of myself in the past is, if you wouldn't say it to a small child, do not say it to yourself. If you wouldn't say those things to a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old, don't say them to yourself, because they're mean, and we are almost programmed by the people that we hear around us when we were growing up, by society, that it's okay to do things like that. And it's not, and that's not me having a go at you, that's me just giving the firm love. King of Cups, why am I being shown the King of Cups? Why the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles? Okay, so this may be somebody's relationship with money as well, and I don't know if that came up before. I think it did. You've got the King of Cups here to the King of Pentacles. Did someone's parent or caregiver, look, you've got the Tower and you've got the Six of Pentacles. Did someone's caregiver or, you know, father figure moan about money, or say that money was limiting? Because you have the Tower and you have the Six of Pentacles. The Tower is about massive change, you know, and especially sometimes as well, it's that if you don't realize that that change is for you, as much as it's happening to you, you feel it, you go through it, you feel, you know, you go through the motions of everything. It's happening for you. The change that's happening, especially when we go back to the start of this, you know, God, you know, rejection is God's protection. Being rerouted or rerouted and moved to something else. Sorry, my light's gone. It's never done as a punishment. It's always done as protection, or to move you to something better. But sometimes we don't realize this, and when we're young and we're listening to our parents, who maybe are still plugged into the matrix, maybe they didn't actually get to view or open up their third eye like the younger generations did. They may come home talking about, I've just been laid off from work, and how am I going to pay the bills, and this, and this is so expensive, and we're supposed to be going on holiday, and panic, 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 panic. And they may be doing that upstairs, talking to their, you know, their other half, but you still hear the muffles, and that's enough to stress someone out here. And then that stuff is then encoded in us, and then we grow up with that same stress when it comes to money, or worry when it comes to money, or holding on to money too tightly as more money coming. That's the reason why there was that energy of, what you seek is seeking you. And right now what is seeking you is your inner child wanting to be validated with something to do with the family dynamic when it comes to being good enough. I don't know if somebody here created art just to show their parents, or to show someone here to have validation. Okay, a little bit more please. Thank you. The Empress has come out. Now, up or down? Down. We have the Empress in reverse. There is definitely a need here to look at, I had mean moments. Someone is really being asked to dig deep right now. You got this, because something beautiful is coming for you, and I feel like this is the precipice. You are literally down to the wire now of this coming in, and this is I feel like this is the last thing that needs to be removed for this higher vibrational energy, opportunities, abundance to come in. The Queen of Cups in reverse is somebody who is quite cold, or somebody who doesn't know how to really express emotions or hasn't navigated their own. And that's why I was getting that someone here may have been raised by quite an emotionally immature person. And I'm not criticizing, it's just if they weren't given the access to open up and express themselves, then they're not going to know how to do that or how to guide that and teach that to their children, you know. And somebody who's emotionally immature, and this is only opinion, not fact, they're not going to know how to deal with situations where an emotionally immature person wishes to have a conversation with them, in which they come in good faith of that person's also emotionally mature, and we can talk about this without them becoming defensive or dismissive. And there is, and I've seen this in, like, you know, Reddit stories and other places as well, where parents are like, well, I clothed you and I put a house on you and house around you and you got fed. Okay, that's the basics. That's the basics that you're supposed to do as a parent. That is not a gift. That's the bare minimum. Bare minimum. And I don't know if someone's parents would do this or have done this. If you have said, well, this is how I feel, and you're invalidating how I feel, and they're like, well, I clothed you. Isn't that good enough? Isn't it good enough that I've done the basic things that a parent is supposed to do, but did not know how to emotionally fulfill you? Queen of Cups is coming out. Because someone here is coming out as the Queen of Cups, be that you or the person you're thinking of. Someone here is very emotionally mature for their age or for the phase of life. Six of Swords is coming out as well. It's about moving away from stresses. Okay. King of Cups is coming out in reverse. And let me just have a look at these, because I like to read them across and down as well. Nine of Cups, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I don't know if you were a doer or if you were the one that was always trying to fix things. This could be also connecting into a past relationship. You may have, I don't know if you felt smothered in a past relationship, or if you had to put down the things that made you who you were, your identity, to help with someone else. You could be a carer, you could have been, you could be a mother or a father. You could have been the older sibling, or the most mature, emotionally mature sibling that had to grow up a lot quicker than you wanted to, because you had like household duties, or like you could have worked in the family business when you finished school or after school. Like, I mean, the day has finished and then after going to school you went and done that. There's something here with the Queen of Cups of nurturing others who should be able to nurture themselves, because they're adults. And this has spilled into somebody's relationships maybe as well. The Eight of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. This is moving away. Yeah, this is why you're being asked to look at this block, or you're being asked to look at this creativity and what you feel is stopping you. And sometimes it is really hard to pin down what it is, because it's subconscious, and your subconscious and your body will tell you, especially if we can't find the way to communicate with ourselves through our brain. This is why you're being asked to express it through art, be that dance, singing, painting, drawing, whatever it is that helps you to release this, because in doing so, there's meditation, something meditative, okay, that makes sense. Something that is very meditative to you, that is will help you to express yourself artistically, is going to help open up that floodgate, just like that pipe I was talking about, like the frozen pipe that you're going to chip away at until the floodgates open. The floodgates opening also could be to do with actually allowing yourself to cry if you haven't, and it could be an angry cry, and if you need that, let yourself, irrespective of gender, cry until you need to cry. Just keep crying until you feel like you can stop. And I have heard from people before saying that they don't cry because they don't think that they'll ever be able to stop. The only advice I can give you personally is, if you feel like that, you need to find a safe space where you can, around people that maybe are trained. Maybe a talk therapist would help, because otherwise you allow that to just stagnate. That's like doing the opposite of that frozen pipe. That is just like the water going from being fresh to becoming, you know, bacteria ridden, and then having weird things growing on top of it, and it starts to smell. That poisons yourself when you are not being honest in your emotions, or not navigating your emotions, or allowing them to be expressed. That may also be a reason why someone's guide here is saying, then if you do find it difficult to express yourself because you are worried of not being able to regulate those emotions when thinking about specific things when it comes to your childhood, or specific things also linked into money and to safety and things along those lines, this is why art therapy may be really good for someone here, because you can draw it, you can scribble it, you can punch through the paper if you need to. Do you know what I mean? You can express it without words until words are ready to come. Because you have the World in reverse and you have the Three of Pentacles. Why I keep getting like abandonment of some sort, someone feeling rejected or abandonment. Is there anything else that needs to come out? Not from this one, okay. Let me see. No, I really want to go for the loved ones. Let me have some water though, I'm super thirsty. I hope everyone is hydrating themselves while, if you're watching this as it's being posted, we are in summer and it is hot and clammy and gross, and drink lots of water. If you're watching this afterwards, drink lots of water anyway. Oh my gosh. Right. Let's see. Let's see what wants to come out. Tell me more when it comes to how we unblock this. How do we unblock this? What do we need to know about this altogether? Self-love is in reverse and evidence. Okay, so this is the, yeah, look, self-care is self-love, without a doubt. Self-care is self-love. And I heard someone here needs to take like a sick day from work and just, and then take that day for yourself. Have a spa day, make yourself a bubble bath. And I don't care if you are, you know, a he, she, they. Go and get your nails done, or, you know, go in and have a facial. And I'm not talking about that type of facial, if you know what I mean. But treat yourself. There is a need to be kind here, because self-love and evidence are both upside down. Support is coming out as well. No one here is an island. It is okay to say I'm not okay, and if you find that hard to do so, find the nearest painting group, art group, singing group, dancing group, because that can be your support group if you're finding it difficult to express yourself, until you can find the words, like I said before. And again, I'm not a therapist, so if this is resonating for you, or this is triggering you know, certain emotional response, please make sure that you are reaching out to those who can help you before taking any advice from me. What else do we need here? Guarded. Look, this is about opening up your heart. This is about opening up heart space. I want to read these across now. 1 second. Can I get one for Three of Pentacles, Ray, at the top? Three of Pentacles, thank you. Communication. This is about communicating with yourself. It could literally be also that once you have communicated with yourself, if you feel like it is a safe thing to do and you wish to do so, is having the conversation with the people that you feel that created this trauma. If you feel that it's something that you want to do, and I only say that because sometimes it can fall on deaf ears, other times it may strain the relationships, but then again, I'm not living your life. It is really up to you whether or not you wish to do this, but communication is very key in this. We started off with a 3, and then we've got communication, which is a 2. 3, 2, and then we have guarded, which is a 10, which goes down to a 1. It says on here, dear my love, I think about you, and okay, so maybe even writing a letter down. It may actually be really good to write a letter down, even if you don't send it to anyone, or someone here maybe want them to write you a letter, but I feel like this is more focused on you. Can I get one for the 4th row across, please? Yeah, with the strength card. Thank you. Hope. We have hope here as well. And then can I get one more, please, for the Tower at the bottom? Freedom and flirt. I'm going to take freedom. Now let me just read these across. Communication, 3 of Pentacles, justice, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. This is talking on something that has made you feel like maybe the wool has been pulled over your eyes in some way. There is a need to write a letter. I think for someone here, they specifically either need to write in their journal or they need to write a letter on things that they feel were unfair, were one-sided. And this doesn't have to be just to do with your family or your upbringing, because you've got to think, this is, again, it's my understanding from working with children and child psychology, that the things that happen to us in childhood up until like the age of 10, 11 at a push, they mold us and kind of push and mold codes and biases into us of how we then connect with the wider world around us, the type of relationships we're going to have, the type of friends we're going to have, what boundaries or lack of boundaries we're going to have in each one of those relationships. Because if we have a family, or let's say a parent that is emotionally absent and another one that's physically absent, or the opposite, one that's very, very smothering, or there is arguments or violence in the house, this is going to affect the way that we as children view love, security, our identity, whether we need to make ourselves small or big, whether we need to talk over the other person or make our voice small. And that those things carry with us into adulthood, dependent on whether or not we are given a solid foundation and a safe environment to heal those traumas when we're young. Because if we don't, they snake through all of our relationships, and they affect all of our relationships. And that is, no one gets to avoid that, because even our parents are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the human experience sometimes can suck. Sometimes it's wonderful, sometimes it can suck, right? So this is looking at not just maybe even having a conversation in your head or with this family parent. This is about writing it down as if what you would say to them, whether that's your father, your mother, and any other relationship you feel has been connected to this. Any relationship you feel that has stunted your ability to be your true self, to express yourself artistically in any way that you want. It could be the way that you dye your hair or wear your clothes, or the way that you paint your nails, the way that you illustrate or paint or sing. There's a confronting of all, but doing it in a very gentle way. Do it at your own pace, of course, but if there is a willing or an encouragement coming from your guides, and from, I heard, for Allah, for someone here specifically, to be addressing this, because it's going to help free flow. There's some sort of unclogging that's going to happen when it comes to healing family wounds, healing, I heard someone's identity crisis, and healing when it comes to your creativity through creativity. Anything else that needs to come out? Okay, open up, look, come on, opening up. Now, when I look at the second row here, we have guarded in reverse, which is a 10, okay? So this is something that's unfinished, Ace of Cups. I feel like this is who you're offering your cup to, or how you've seen other people offering their cup of love to others. You have, because you have the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords, about learning. The Four of Cups, which is, ignoring, dismissing something, not wanting this cup, or not wishing to look inside what the cup is. The King of Pentacles in reverse. So this is either a lack mentality or losing something. King of Wands in reverse, a lack of momentum. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. I feel like there is a very close connection between family trauma from the past as a child and someone's spouse or someone's ex-partner. Now this could be your most recent partner, ex-partner, or it could be from a couple of years ago, but there is a specific or a significant relationship here that either broke down because there was a lack of emotional support from each other, or there was no get up and go. Maybe that petered out in some way. Because the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, they're both very sexy energies. They're spicy energies. This is, also to do with like intimacy and intercourse and, making each other feel spicy and horny. But then you also have the King of Cups in reverse. This is about nurturing each other. being there for each other, being each other's support system. And this being in reverse this is two ships completely on the other sides of the ocean, not even passing each other. There seems to be, for someone here, a very close mirroring of something that maybe you viewed or saw or understood too early in life between your caregivers and then relationships that you've had. Because if there's also a lack of, let's say, emotion or love or affection between your caregivers or your parents or certain family members, it doesn't have to be just your, you know, your parents. This is something that seems to have been pushed down, like really quietly down in the shadow, and then is coming out and is being mirrored in certain partnerships. But there's a specific partnership, maybe one or two specific partnerships here that you're being asked to look at, maybe even creatively express about. Yeah, that's why you've got open up coming here. It's not about friendships. It's definitely not about friendships. This is about love. Love, creativity, childhood. Okay. And I think I want to get one more out before I go. Do you know what? Should I take this one out? This one at the top? Okay, one or two. Okay, it's hard to get out the Shakespeare playing cards. So we can narrow down exactly what it is that your guides want you to look at when it comes to love, when it comes to trust, when it comes to expressing yourself. This is giving me very much that the energy of Sekhmet. In that, Sekhmet is the wounded healer. You know, she is actually the energy that I first worked with when I first had my first spiritual awakening, looking into how to transmute anger and pain into gold, into, you know, how you alchemize from lead into gold. There is a specific ritual. I haven't done it in a very long time, and I've noticed that lately it's been cropping up in some of my readings again, so it must be something that maybe even I need to do. But it's called the knot tying ritual, and it's something that even now Egyptian women use, and it's sometimes Egyptian men also, and it's an ancient Egyptian ritual to release, to find the pattern in where the pain is and where it came from, and then to release it. Is to take a piece of twine, a piece of string, something that is tieable but thick enough that it will stay, and you tie a knot for the last time you felt a specific volatile way. So it could be angry, irritated, betrayed, you know, abandoned, and you speak it out into existence. It's not that you're reliving it, you know, it's more that you are speaking it into existence and you are thanking it for being there. You tie it, and then you think about the time before. So if that happened to you the first time yesterday, then you think back to the time before that. It could have been a week before or a month before, and you tie it all the way back until childhood, when you first felt like that, the first time that you can remember, not so specifically the first time it happened, but you remember, and what happened, what was said, how it was said, because you're bringing to light that pattern, and you will see a pattern snaking through all of your relationships, or specific ones where it could be to do with boundaries or attachment style or your love language, you know, because I believe that our love language is connected to what it is that we lacked in childhood. And you'll get all the way to the bottom, and you'll be like, haha, okay, so that makes sense why that happened, because, you know, knowledge is power. And in between some of these knots, you can tie things that you're grateful for. What did you learn from those experiences as well? When you get to the last knot, you can then you can burn the whole thing. Make sure you do it in a fire safe bowl, and that you do it either outside or somewhere that it is safe. And when you're burning that, you are burning that up to yourself. It could be to your childhood self, it could be to your higher self, to your team of highest light and resonance, to just to you. But once you've burnt that, you have released what it was that was hiding in the shadows, because it's not anymore, it's been brought to light. I feel like someone here needs to do this. Now you've got Ophelia coming out and Puck. So Ophelia, I flipping love that name. I think Ophelia is from, is it Othello? Let me have a look. And it's hearts as well, so this is to do with love, without a doubt. Ophelia. Ophelia is a Danish noblewoman and the daughter of Polonius, King Claudius's advisor. She is in love with Prince Hamlet and believes he is in love with her. But when Polonius and Claudius learn of her love, they decide to use her as a pawn in the scheme against the prince. Okay, so that on its own is about feeling like you're being used. And remember we were talking about the ragdoll theory. There may be this energy of feeling like you are only of use with certain specific expectations. You have to act a certain way and then my mum will love me, or my dad will love me, or this person will give me attention. There may be a need to look into that as well. And puck. Do I need puck? Yes or no? No, I don't. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this has given some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you and you would like to hear more and see when I post, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell, but that's only if it resonated with you. To those who come in and are regular, I love you guys. Hearts and kisses. Know that my readings are open. And the thing is, I'm now looking at this candle, and this candle has just got layers upon layers upon layers of this orange wax that's almost looking like, it looks like a beetle. Ooh, it looks like a scarab beetle. And I've been seeing lots of scarab beetles lately, and that's to do with transformation. And then there's 4 that have gone onto the table that look like little flower petals. This is expansion. This is absolute expansion. It comes from being really kind with yourself, taking time to express yourself, even if you can't find the words. And whatever it is that you're expressing yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the best singer or the best painter or the best dancer. It's about, for example, dancing like no one's there. Maybe dancing in your room. It could be painting without actually having an idea of what it is you're painting and just letting yourself be led. And if it is, you know, whatever it may be, is doing it without expecting a result and then just expressing and see what comes through. I wish you all well and love. I hope this resonated for you. I will see you in the next one. If you would like to have a personal reading, please have a look down below. Please do not get scammed by anyone in the comment section pretending to be me. I will never reach out to you to solicit a reading. The only way to get one is to email me on bronwenscovetarot@gmail.com, and then we can talk and we can custom fit what it is that you need. If anyone is reaching out and saying WhatsApp me, that's not me, okay? Just block and report them. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Let me get up. Beep. Bye.